Hello and welcome to a glorious sunny spring day here. I wanted to talk to you because today marks a significant milestone for me and I thought it'd be good to share. I'm not entirely sure on the exact date, but about this time 5 years ago I made the decision to stop drinking alcohol. And since then, I can safely say I've not had a single drop. I'm sure the first question you're going to ask is, why? Well, here goes. As I've got older, I've got more and more aware that I've got a very addictive personality. If I like something or I get into something, I go all in. I become obsessed. The same is true with food and drink. I can't have just one chocolate from a tin. I'm going to eat the whole tin, regardless whether I'm hungry or not. And the same was true with alcohol. I could never just go out and have one or two drinks with my mates. I would always end up overdoing it and having more than I should. Now don't get me wrong, I never drank through the day or at work or anything like that, but I had a feeling in the back of my mind that if I wasn't careful, things could eventually slip and that could become a reality. I'm also a firm believer that alcoholism is hereditary, and I have some members of my family who I know struggle with drink, and I just didn't want that to happen to me. Now when I say hereditary, I don't mean that you're bound to be an alcoholic if other members of your family are. I just know that people's personalities and sensitivity to alcohol is surely something to do with their genetics as well as their lifestyle. So that's just to clarify. I did a video on this channel about 6 months ago now where I talked about how I really got into bikepacking alone in 2019 after I had a breakup with a girlfriend that I'd been with for many years, and I took it really hard, and it was around this time that I started drinking. I was hitting the gym really hard, I was running every day, I was cycling as much as I could, often without eating very much to try and get in the best shape possible. And as time went on, after punishing myself a little bit too much, I started feeling quite depressed, and I would end up having a drink at home the odd night a week by myself, and then going out with my mates or going out on dates and drinking too much. And I just didn't like why I was doing that. I also hated waking up with hangovers. I hated the fact I was spending loads of money on alcohol, and I'd wake up the next morning feeling anxious about what I did, worried that I'd made a mistake and done something really stupid. So it was around this point, after a whole year of doing this, I wanted to make a change. So what led me to eventually stop drinking at this time in 2020? Well, the whole world locked down, and I made a conscious decision. I could either go all in and focus on making positive changes in my life, or I could just sit back and watch TV, eat takeaways and drink, and I decided to go with the former. I felt like this time in my life was the biggest opportunity I've ever had. It gave me 6 months off work, unlimited time, and the potential to try new things and make changes that I wanted to make. This is actually when I started this YouTube channel, something I'd been wanting to do for 10 years. I'd even made some videos and never uploaded them because I had so little confidence. I just didn't think anyone would want to watch them. And back then I just thought, you know what, now's the time to do it. I've always wanted to do it. I've always wanted to make this change and stop drinking as well. So now felt like the perfect time to do so. So at this point, me and my girlfriend both decided at the same time that we were going to stop drinking. We had one can of gin and tonic that had been given as a present once in the fridge, and we decided to drink that there and then, get rid of it and not have anything else. And since that day, neither of us have touched a drop. I can assuredly say that I don't regret giving up alcohol one bit. I'm way happier now than I ever was back when I was drinking. I have more time and energy to spend on my passions and things I love doing, spending time with my children, going on my bike and making these videos. Now, I'm not here to give advice to people and tell you to stop drinking. That's none of my business. I do want to say, however, my thoughts on this. And I think it's quite unfortunate that we do live in a world where alcohol is so easy to get access to. And I think there's a lot of people who really struggle with it. And unfortunately, it's kind of actively encouraged. It's a socially weird thing if you don't go out drinking with your friends in some circles. And I think that's a real shame for a lot of people who find it hard to give up as it is and want to focus doing more things, but they feel that they can't. And that's why I think a lot of problems do arise with alcohol, unfortunately. If you've ever thought about stopping drinking, or if you're a bit like me and you've got an addictive personality and you drink too much and you find it hard to control yourself at times, then I would actively encourage you to stop if you can. Just by cutting it out, you'll enjoy life way more, you'll have more energy to do the things that you actually really love doing. You'll save money as well, and you'll just generally be happier. I feel like this video has turned into a preaching session, which is not what I intended at all, I promise. I have no problem with people drinking. If you want to go out drinking with your mates and it's not affecting your life, go for it. It doesn't bother me at all, and I don't judge anyone who does drink. I just feel like for myself it was something that I had to cut out. I intend to never drink alcohol again for the rest of my life, and instead focus my time and energy on my passions like going on my bike, making these bikepacking films for you, and spending more time with my family, hopefully having a long and healthy life. I just wanted to share this milestone with you. I found in the past, when I'm being honest and open with people on this YouTube channel, that it's really resonated with people, and I've had some surprising comments come back, people coming out of the woodwork saying things like that have happened to them, or they've struggled with this. And it's actually really helpful, I think, to them, and also really nice for me to see that it's not just me going through these issues in my life. So hopefully this video hasn't come across as me telling you what you should and shouldn't do, but instead I just wanted to celebrate that I've made it 5 years now without drinking, and here's to many more years. Thanks very much for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you in the next bikepacking film.